Hi, folks. Johnny Mays here. Today I was talking to one of my daughter's friends. She's a beautiful girl. I see her every now and then on Facebook and some of her comments and her posts, and they're always intriguing. Today she was talking about the idea of genius. And so we got into a small dialogue about that, but it really got me to thinking really what is it to be a genius? I know when you think about intelligence, the idea that humans are born with intelligence doesn't allow you to assume that they're smart. Because to be smart obviously requires some form of education, some form of training. And it doesn't have to be in a university or some formal classroom. You could get smart there in a school, obviously, or you could get smart at what I call the old school of hard knocks, or as some might call it, just life experience. However, to be smart, you really do have to discipline yourself and begin to train yourself. That's why I'm always encouraging my church to study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed. I've learned that smartness, well, it does come from both worlds. It comes from, formally educating yourself, spending time studying, reading, thinking, contemplating, musing, and then, of course, just living life. You're going to get a lot of education just by living life. But with that said, it seems that many folks indeed do have a certain natural propensity toward certain things. Hence the phrase, the gift from God or a gift of God. You've heard people say, that's a gift that you have. It's a gift from God. Well, I'm from the school that believes, in fact, everyone is born with some special gift. Indeed, something that only you can give to society, only you can give to the world. It comes only by you. And one of the sad thoughts I have when it comes to abortion, when I think about those 55 million young babies aborted, just how many gifts have been lost to society. I wonder if one or many of them would have come to the world with the gift and the cure for, say, cancer. Have you ever thought about it that way? But listen, no matter how inclined a person may be with a certain aptitude, to perform that skill, that ability, that gift at the highest level, it requires discipline, it requires training. And I want to encourage you that are listening to me to really take this to heart. Because when I think about, the great authors of our days, and there's plenty of them, one modern one comes to mind is Stephen King. Stephen King may have had this amazing and powerful imagination as a child, but nevertheless, it took a lot of time, a lot of failures, no doubt, a lot of words penned for him to finally succeed and find his books on New York Times best-selling list. And then Albert Einstein, when I think about him, who was, even his name Einstein is synonymous with the word genius. Albert had to first learn basic algebra before he could boldly go where no one has gone before, and then finally theorizing that E does equal MC squared. You see, folks, some intelligence is necessary to acquire abilities and skills, but on the other hand, being smart and living smart are really two different things altogether. In fact, as it's written in the Bible, let me just share that with you. Professing themselves to be wise, the Bible says they became fools. So I would define true wisdom as revealed intelligence. Intelligence that's cradled in humility. This is intelligence indeed at its best. And the person who has discovered this knowledge, the person who's come to know this, that person understands that God knows best. The person who has discovered true knowledge, true wisdom, which to me is the real mark of genius. So to be called genius, in fact, should be quite humbling, because every honest genius knows that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, and only fools despise wisdom and instruction.